Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. This is Ajulam here. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if this is your first time of checking out my channel, please do subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you get to know anytime I put up a new video. So for today's tutorial, I'll be sharing with you how to make a drop back gown for an 8-year-old baby girl. So if you're interested, let's get down to work. This length is 12 inches. Okay, so I'll just draw a line to be my starting point. This is the line here. Okay, so now I'll mark out the 12 inches from here and I'll connect to a straight line. Okay, so the shoulder is 11.5, which is 11 and a half. So I'll put in half of that, which is 5 and quarter. Right, this is 5 and quarter here. So here I'll come down by ½ inch, which is the shoulder slope. You should be familiar with this by now. Okay, so for the neck width, I'll be using a neck width of 3. This is 3 here, and a neck depth of 2 3/4, which is here. And I'll connect. Here you can decide any neckline you want. Okay, so now from this point I'll connect it to this point. So now I'll put in the armhole. The armhole is 5 and a half. So this is 5 and a half here. Then I'll put in half of my shoulder measurement, which is here, and I'll connect to this point. So I'll make this to a straight line. This is now the chest line. So here I'll put in the chest measurements. For this, the chest measurement is 27. 27 divided by 4 is 6 3/4. So I'll put it here. And I'll add 1 inch my seam allowance. Okay, so here now I'll check what I have here, which is 5 and a half, and I'll put in half of that. So I'll just fold my tape like this to determine the midpoint. So here is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. So now I'll come in by 3/4 inch, which is here. So now I'll connect it to this point. Okay, so this is it. The waist is 26. 26 divided by 4 is 6 and a half. Okay, so here I'll add ½ inch for that because I'll be putting that. This is ½ inch and 1 inch for my seam allowance. Okay, so I'll connect it, and that is it for the front. You can see it's very easy and simple to do. So now I'll just cut it out. For the back, I will just add in the 1 inch for zip on the side. Before that, let me have my line as a starting point. Okay, so now I'll add the 1 inch. Okay, and I'll connect. And the length is 12. This is 12 here. Okay, but now for this I'll just add 1 inch for my seam allowance. Remember the front I forgot to add, so while cutting, please don't make that mistake. Always add your seam allowance. So this is 13 inches. Okay, 1 inch is for seam allowance. So now I'll connect. So now I'll take my front pattern and I'll place it over like this. Okay, and I will just cut. The only thing I'll do here now is to make this place ½ inch, but it's up to you. If you want an open back, you can do that also. So here I'll be using 3/4 inch, which is here. Okay, so I'll just connect it to this point. Before you start drafting it out, make sure you measure the child. You know, the children are different in size and shapes. Okay, so don't use exactly what I'm using. Measure the child to be sure before making this. Okay, so now I'll just cut. For this area, I will cut it like this together with the back because I really need that shape at the back. Okay, so now I'll just cut it out. So this is what I have. So now the adjustment I'll be doing now is on the back. Remember, here I'll come up by 1/4 inch. You know, the front and back is not the same shape. The back is a bit curvy. So because of that, I'll be coming up by 1/4 inch, which is here. And I'll just connect it straight to that line there, to this point, so that by the time you join the front and the back together, the front will not be longer than the back. So I'll just cut it out and the back is ready. As you can see, it's very easy and simple to do. Like I said, if you need an open back, all you have to do is to, here you can put in how, depend on how open you want it. If you want it to be 6, 7, even 8, very open, you can just give it that shape you want. Connect it just back to this shoulder point here, and that is just that. So now let me cut it out on my main fabric. And join the shoulder together with this. Okay, you should be familiar with this by now. Okay, so I'll just join the shoulder and I will sew the neckline and close up the armhole. I will do the same on the lining. Okay, so I will show you now how to cut the down parts. So for the down part, I have 1.5 yards here. I'm going to really manage this. Okay, so I will just fold like this. That's the way I folded it. Okay, so now here on this area I'll be using 5 inches. Okay, and the length, I want the front to be 19 inches while the back 23 inches, but it depends. I'll just check what I have here, if it will reach. Like I said earlier, I'll just manage this. Okay, so now here I'll just mark out 5 inches first. So I've marked out the 5 inches here, as you can see. So I'll just check what I have remaining here. I just have 24 inches, so I'll just mark out that 24 inches all round. So this is it. I'll just cut it out first. I'll open it up to determine where I will be using as my front. Now I've opened it. Look at the way it is. Okay, so I will give it a notch so that I will know where the front ends. Okay, so on this point here, I will just give it a notch like this, and I will do the same on this other end. Okay, it will be like a guide for me. So just give it a notch. Okay, after that you decide whichever side you would like to use. Okay, so now this is the side. Okay, this is the side that I want to use for the front. Remember, we gave it a notch here, this line, a notch. So whatever measurement I'll be doing for the front, I'll end it here. Okay, for the front side. So let me just keep it like this so that you understand. Up like this. This is the side I will be using for the front. Okay, which will be high, and I'll be using 19 inches. Okay, but I'll add 1 inch for seam, making it 20. So I'll mark the 20 here. Okay, I will mark the 20 here as well. So from here I will just take it straight to this point that I notch, which is the side now. Okay, so I'll just take it straight to this point. Let me just do that and show you. So this is the line, as you can see. Please ignore this. I tried using my hand to do it, okay, but it didn't give me what I want, so I used this to do this. So this is the main line. I hope you can see that. So this first one is the main line, and I just draw that, connect it to this point here, to this point here. Okay, so I'll just cut it now. I'll just follow the line and cut it and end it here. So let me just do that. I have cut it out, as you can see. This is how it looks. But if you want it to be, if you want the back to drop very well, all you have to do is just to add the length. But make sure you have enough fabric to do that, because mine, I'm just trying to manage this. This is just 1.5 yards. Okay, so at least you can see the shape now. So now I will just gather this. I'm going to sew this, gather this area, then I will join the upper part. So let me just do all that. So I'm done with the upper parts. As you can see, I've closed it up. I've sewn the shoulder, the neck, and the armhole. So now I will just mark out the darts, because remember when we were cutting, I showed you we added dart allowance, so we'll be fixing in the darts now. So I'll just fold it over like this. I'll be using 3 1/4 for the darts. So from here, I'll mark out 3 1/4, which is here, and here now I'll just give it a slight cut. When doing this, be very careful. Okay, so now here I'm going to use 9 inches here. From shoulder, I'll be using 9 inches, and I'll put in the same 3 1/4. Now this is the dart here, so I'll just sew this together with the lining. Okay, and I'll do the same on the back. The only difference is that the back, I'll just remove the zip allowance, which is 1 inch, before putting in the 3 1/4 as well. Okay, so this is 1 inch, which is my zipper allowance. Then from here now, I'll put in the 3 1/4, which is here. Okay, so from shoulder I'll be using 7 inches for the back. Okay, so this is 7 inches. This is that one for my zipper. Alright, so from there now I'll put in the 3 1/4, which is here, and I'll just connect it, and that is just that. As you can see, it's very simple. I'll just give it a slight cut like I did on the front side. So now that is it. Let me just sew the dart and I'll get back to you. So as you can see, I've sewn the dart. It's already looking very beautiful. So now I'll just close the sides and I will join the down parts. Let me do that. Okay, I have joined it together with the down, as you can see. So now I'll be fixing in my hard net. This is my lining and the hard net. Okay, so there's no need to repeat this process again. You can check my video on reception party dress for a girl, and you'll get to see how to do this step by step. So now I'll just take this and sew in here. Okay, but before that, I'll just put a notch here on this center. I've notched this area, so I'll just take my lining and place it over like this, and so as you can see, I notched my lining as well. So I'll just sew it all the way down. Okay, and I'll close it up and show you how the dress looks. Of the dress, all I have to do now is to give it a good press. As you can see, it's already looking beautiful. So for the back, if you want it to drop more, all you have to do is to add some inches to it the way you want it, and you're just good to go. This is it. Okay, so now for this, I'll just fix in the zipper and a little bow in the front, and the dress is just okay. So that is it for today. Please do subscribe to my channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you get to know anytime I put up a new video. So guys, see you soon.